Hello everyone, welcome to Scott Reviews Things in 4.5 minutes. And what am I looking at this time? I'm looking at the Power Records Man-Thing book and record set. Oh, here's the book, here's the record, an old 45. I loved these as a kid. In the 70s, these were all over the place. They had Marvel, DC, they had movies, they had television shows. All of these Power Records, they were all over the place. They were very, very popular in the early and mid 70s. And I found this in a comic book shop not too long ago, and I remember having this as a child. So I had to pick it up, and I'm going to review it. And let me tell you something. This is riding high on nostalgia. I picked it up. I have a record player right there in the back. I played the 45. I went along with the book. It's just, it just brought back memories. Now, this is the part, Man-Thing is part, Marvel had the superheroes, but they also had their monster series, which had Frankenstein and Dracula and the Wolfman, which were already existing creatures. But then Man-Thing, which was created by Marvel. So this is the only original monster they had in the monster series. Excuse me. I've always been a big fan of the Man-Thing. I always thought that he was an underrated character, and so I'm going to say this was for children in the 70s. For children. What's in this comic? We have suicide right off the bat. Suicide. We have adultery that led to the suicide. We have a man dying in a car accident. We have the Man-Thing almost drowning, so we have attempted murder. This is all in a children's book. So the 70s were a lawless time when it came to kids' entertainment. Now, putting all that aside, this is just a wonderful, wonderful thing to relive. Just going through the pages in the record, when you listen to the record, bing, it tells you when to turn the page. I remember that sound. Now, these are all pretty expensive now. Collecting them now would, take a lot of money. But for this one holds a special place in my heart. This is actually based on a comic. This is based on Man-Thing number 5. This is the actual comic of Man-Thing number 5. I would have preferred maybe an original story since they were putting this out, but you take what you get. Now, this is very, it follows Man-Thing number 5 until you get to the last page. When you get to the last page, this panel right here, it just ends. It ends with the soul of the clown just coming out of the body and announcing that he wants to make people laugh. And the final line of this children's comic is, "Never has laughter made you feel so sad." That's how they end it. Oh my, this is wonderful. Now, this is actually different. That's the only panel that's different than number 5. Man, can you see me sweating? I am doing this in the Houston heat with no air conditioning, so you guys can hear me. But anyway, so the last panel in this is different than the last panel in Man-Thing number 5. The last panel in Man-Thing number 5 carries the story over to Man-Thing number 6. So if perchance you pick up this and you get engrossed in the story, because it's you're not going to get a lot as a kid, but as an
Power Records presents Man-Thing in Night of the Laughing Dead. The swamp, a bubbling bed of life of which you are a part. Once you were a man, a chemist named Ted Sallis, but the serum was to have made you a super soldier combined with strange forces in the swamp to make you over into the Man-Thing. But your former existence seems a far-off dream to you, doesn't it? Less than a dream.